The scene opens with a bright, sunny sky before transitioning to Cheon, telling the protagonist, "I'm here to bring you back, sir," while the protagonist, emitting powerful energy, questions, "What did you do with the assassin?" Cheon thinks the protagonist's energy is extraordinary, and responds cautiously, "I've imprisoned him." The protagonist says, "Great job," and adds, "Now I want to go back." As the group prepares to leave, Cheon thinks, uncertainty in his mind, is he really the second young master I trust the most now? Not only has his energy changed, he can also accurately strike a hidden assassin. It's as if he changed into a totally different person. While both of them are returning, the protagonist reflects, "I connected my core meridian. This has improved my body and senses. But I still have 6 more core meridians to connect. I still have a long way to go, but now I am not at the stage of trash." The protagonist walks calmly, his thoughts contemplative. To think I'd be happy about a small achievement. I've definitely changed. His focus sharpens as he senses someone watching him. Who's that woman? Why has she been staring at me? The perspective shifts to a woman standing nearby, her gaze locked on the protagonist, her expression unreadable. A voice interrupts, catching his attention. "Did you visit the courtesan house today?" The protagonist thinks, "I don't know her. Did she know Tae-san? I guess Tae-san wasn't completely useless." She asks, "Are you doing this because you're unhappy with our engagement? Are you doing it on purpose to drive me away?" The protagonist is startled. Engagement? While he processes the idea, she continues, "Even if you're doing it on purpose." She grabs his robe. "I will never give up on you." She looks at him earnestly, her eyes full of emotion. "So, please don't give up on me too, okay?" Taken aback by her sincerity, the protagonist looks at her with wide eyes. Conflicted, he says, "That's not what I did." She asks, "What?" He replies, "I've never given up on you." A faint smile crosses her face. "You're finally acknowledging my feelings." The protagonist thinks, she's the type who only hears what she wants, then says, "I'll be leaving now." As he walks away, she calls out, "Sir Tae-san." Without turning, he thinks, "I can't believe a woman made me this flustered. She's a powerful enemy." He continues on, wondering, when did Cheon get so far? The scene transitions to the Golden Wall. Inside a room, the protagonist is bathing, while Soso adds water to the tub. She asks, "Sir, I heard you met Lady Yun?" Startled, he replies, "How do you even know about that?" She smirks. "I have eyes and ears everywhere." The protagonist suspects Soso might have been the one who told Yun where he was. Leaning forward, Soso asks, "By the way, is guard Cheon all right?" Confused, the protagonist asks, "Is he sick or something?" She answers, "Guard Cheon likes guard Seoyun." "You didn't know?" He pauses and then asks, "Who is guard Seoyun?" Soso explains, "She's the guard who's always with Lady Yun. Guard Cheon has eyes only for her." The protagonist thinks, "Is that why he moved without me?" The atmosphere darkens as his thoughts deepen, recalling a past where only fear and respect existed. Yet, his expression softens slightly. For some reason. "I'm not angry. It's probably because my soul is mixed with Taesan's soul. There are so many mysterious things happening around me." The scene changes to the prison under a dark, stormy night, with strong winds howling outside. Inside, flames crackle as a torch lights up the room. Cheon examines the prisoner, speaking calmly, "I've blocked his pressure points," but warns he is vicious, he'll do anything without hesitation. The protagonist replies, "Is that so? That's good. Open the cell." The focus shifts to the captured assassin, restrained in the corner. The protagonist observes closely, "Good. He has negative energy all over him." His thoughts grow sharper. The most dangerous thoughts are those of an assassin. A faint purple glow begins emanating from the captive's body. The protagonist reflects, however, they also have a powerful soul, which means I have a lot to gain. The protagonist stands confidently, his sharp gaze unwavering. "Now that I've connected the core's meridian, I can proceed." Turning to his subordinate, he says firmly, "Cheon, stay outside." Cheon hesitates, his tone cautious. "Pardon? But isn't this dangerous?" A smirk forms on the protagonist's lips. "What could you even do if you knew? You can't even withstand his presence." Cheon stammers, That's different. It's too dangerous." Shrouded in a dark aura, and wearing a chilling glare, the protagonist declares, "I won't repeat myself." Cheon lowers his gaze in fear. "I understand," he concedes before leaving the room. The cell darkens as the door creaks shut. The scene shifts to the area outside the prison. Cheon stands there thinking, just now. I couldn't believe the pressure he exuded. He looks uneasy, recalling, it felt like I was facing a peak martial master. Suddenly, a pained scream pierces the air. Cheon becomes alert. What's that sound? Could it be? Cheon's gaze snaps toward the building, as the scream intensifies. That's not the young master's voice. What on earth is happening inside? Inside, the protagonist channels a dark purple energy, his hand glowing with raw power. The room resonates with agonized screams. Inside the prison, the protagonist absorbs an intense, blue energy from the assassin's body, his expression focused. As the energy swirls violently, his thoughts grow grim. His soul is too filthy. The overwhelming impurities in the soul cause him to falter slightly. Pausing the absorption, he exclaims, Kook. Is he too much for me to handle? He reflects inwardly. Upon purifying the impure thoughts from a soul, only pure soul energy remains. A vision of a glowing figure appears, but the protagonist continues. However, when a soul is too corrupted, the impure energy mixes together. The protagonist looks down at the assassin and thinks, for now, I can only go to the courtesan house. The setting transitions to the vibrant, fragrant flower house, where the owner, biting her nail in irritation, asks her subordinate, Hey, it's been 2 days since Shadow got caught. Do we have any news from him? The subordinate responds, No, we don't have any yet. Before he can finish, another figure interrupts in a panic, Madam. Phantom Shadow is back, but he looks strange. Shadow enters the room, his body radiating an eerie, dark aura. His appearance unsettles everyone. The owner shouts at Shadow, Why on earth does he look like that? She orders her subordinates, Try striking his pressure point to wake him up. Yes, madam. Then a hand strikes Shadow's neck. Suddenly, Phantom Shadow writhes violently, his body contorting unnaturally. His screams echo through the room, and his body turns into a skeleton. The madam steps back in shock. What is this? She exclaims, fear evident in her voice. The scene shifts to her expression, now twisted in anger. She mutters, Second young master of Golden Wall. This is how you're playing, huh? Finally, she composes herself and barks, Where's Dangsung right now? One subordinate answers quickly, We're preparing to send her to the Crimson Dragon sect leader. The owner, gripping her fan tightly, declares coldly, We will send Danyang to Taesan instead of the Crimson Dragon sect leader. A subordinate hesitates and responds, But if we do that, the Crimson Dragon sect will come after us. The madam's gaze hardens, imagining the repercussions. If that vicious man finds out about this, he'll raze everything to the ground. I know. So cancel her visit. She adjusts her fan and speaks decisively, The fragrant flower house will send a present to the second young master. The scene shifts to the courtesan house, where Danyang stands in front of the owner, her expression resolute. She thinks, A strange rumor has started circulating about Taesan. They say if you spend a night with him, you will become more beautiful, and you won't be able to get away from him. Her thoughts continue. Rumors like he is a demon or a deity are spreading like wildfire. At first, people dismissed them as simple gossip among bored courtesans. I thought the same. She pauses, doubt flickering in her mind before resolving, but now, I can't tell anymore. With determination, Danyang says, I wish to serve him. The owner laughs, amused. You want to serve Taesan? Did you fall for him? Danyang remains silent. The owner asks, So, what did he say? Did he say he will pay off your debt? Danyang replies quietly, He didn't say anything to me. The owner looks at her and finally says, I don't know what he told you, but until you pay your debts, you'll remain a possession of the courtesan house. The scene shifts to Danyang standing in front of the Golden Wall merchants. She thinks, I thought I'd get dragged to the Crimson Dragon sect, but I ended up here. Is this my fate? Her thoughts race. I'm so nervous. Will he accept me? What if he thinks I'm filthy? She takes a deep breath and concludes, Even so, I want to meet him again. The scene changes to the MC seated in meditation, surrounded by an intense, glowing purple aura. Suddenly, his eyes open slightly as he senses something. A faint knock echoes through the room. A subordinate announces respectfully, Young master, you have a visitor outside. The MC responds, Let the visitor in. The focus shifts to Danyang, standing nervously at the entrance. The MC looks at her in confusion as she steps inside and greets him. She says, I wish to serve you, so I've come to visit you abruptly. She continues, This life you've given to me. I wish to live for you. I hope you will allow me to stay by your side. The MC thinks, her appearance is definitely different now. Did her looks change because her impure thoughts have been purified? He asks Soso, where do you sleep? Soso replies, I live in the servants' pavilion. The MC says, I want you to find a different place near me and stay with her. Soso asks in confusion, will she be working as a servant? The MC considers what work to assign but leaves without finishing his thought, ordering, take care of her. Soso, with an expression of quiet resignation, mutters, so, you want me to babysit her? She thinks to herself, sir, why are you acting different as of late? The scene shifts to the Fallen Flower House, one of the top 3 courtesan houses in Wuhan. The MC observes the establishment and remarks, Fallen Flower House, huh? I like the name already. The focus shifts to the MC as he smiles confidently, saying, I'm looking forward to this, to the corrupt soul energies. He commands his subordinate, follow me and don't interfere unless necessary. Cheon responds respectfully, yes sir. The perspective changes to a group of men watching the MC. One of them yells, Oi Golden Wall Merchant's young master. I was wondering who took my Danyang away. Was it you, brat? The speaker is revealed to be Jiakshim, the leader of the Crimson Dragon sect. The crowd begins to panic and disperse, whispering nervously, Jiakshim is dangerous. The MC asks Cheon, what's with this muscle head? Cheon explains, he's the leader of the Crimson Dragon sect. The MC looks confused and asks, Crimson Dragon sect? Cheon elaborates, an unorthodox group that's established itself in this area. The MC scoffs, unorthodox group? Aren't they just bandits? They're nothing but leeches, yet they dare give themselves such grand names? Ignore them. Jiakshim smirks and taunts, are you ignoring me right now, you gigolo-looking man? The MC's expression darkens as he begins to emanate a dark aura. Turning back with a cold, sharp gaze, he questions, gigolo. Inwardly he seethes, I already hate this pretty boy face to the core, and now he dares to call me a gigolo? How dare someone call me that? Unaware of the MC's growing anger, Jiakshim mocks him further, laughing loudly, look how scared you are. You must be a helpless be ***. The MC says, excluding him, I'll leave the rest to you, then walks forward. Cheon looks at the 2 men and begins to unsheath his sword. Jiakshim asks, did you hire a bodyguard just to look tougher? He continues, since you've shown a bit of courage, I'll overlook this if you hand Danyang over to me. The MC replies, you talk too much, do you fight with that big mouth of yours? Angered, Jiakshim lunges at the MC, charging his fist with energy. I'll bruise that gigolo-looking face of yours. As Jiakshim's fist closes in, Cheon shouts, sir, get away. But the MC calmly uses his fist like the wind, striking Jiakshim's chin. He thinks to himself, I held myself back in case my body couldn't handle it. This body really is hopeless. Jiakshim drops to the ground, and Cheon asks, are you all right? The MC glances at the fallen Jiakshim and asks Cheon coldly, have you killed the rest already? Cheon, confused, replies, no, I didn't kill them. The MC scoffs. You're so weak. Finish them and follow me. Cheon hesitates but nervously accepts. Yes, sir. As they walk away, the MC suddenly stops, turning back with a cold tone. If anyone asks, tell them you killed Jiakshim. I hate getting involved in troublesome matters. Cheon bows his head. Cheon watches the MC's back as they walk and thinks, he just killed the Crimson Dragon sect leader with his bare hands, and with one strike at that. It wasn't a coincidence that he caught the assassin before, either. Staring at the MC's unwavering figure, Cheon wonders, who on earth are you? The next day, the MC sits in his room, contemplating. He frowns as he reflects, my body is in bad shape. Did I use up half the energy I had accumulated? Unlike my previous body, this one breaks down so easily from small impacts. He clenches his fists, frustrated. I know I was rash, but as the heavenly demon, I can't accept being called a gigolo. The scene changes to the MC and Cheon entering the house. The MC notices someone unexpected. What is Heron's guard Seoyeon doing here? Seoyeon, standing sharply near Danyang as she serves tea, turns and greets him. Oh sir. You're here. The MC eyes her suspiciously. I doubt you're here for tea. Cheon, meanwhile, blushes as he sneaks glances at Seoyeon. Seoyeon's sharp gaze shifts to Danyang. That servant from earlier, did you bring her here from the courtesan house? The MC meets her gaze evenly. What if that's the case? Seoyeon narrows her eyes. Did you just come back from the courtesan house? The MC replies casually, yes. Seoyeon's expression hardens. Your engagement with the young miss will be broken off. The focus shifts to a teacup, emphasizing the calm yet tense atmosphere. The MC thinks, to sum it up, the Zhongli clan of the Alliance sent a marriage proposal to my fiancée. The young manor master, put on the spot, decided to break off my engagement because of my actions. Guard Seoyeon says, our young miss opposed the idea. The MC asks, did Yun Manor send you here because they're afraid the Zhongli clan might harm me? Seoyeon replies, yes. The young miss asked me to protect you. The MC curses the Zhongli clan in irritation. Seoyeon warns, you shouldn't say that openly. The MC thinks, that clan abandoned other clans in the past during the war against the heavenly demon, yet they still survive so wickedly. The protagonist, curious about being protected, says, protecting me, huh? Sounds interesting. Let's see what you can do. The scene changes to a quiet forest at night, with a full moon lighting the way. The protagonist walks ahead, followed by two guards. Feeling a strong presence nearby, he smiles and thinks, finally, someone strong. I can open my second meridian today. Looking back at the guards, he says, don't push yourself if you don't want to. Seoyeon replies, this is the least I can do. The protagonist calmly replies, do as you please. The MC suddenly stops, his sharp movements immediately alerting the guards. Cheon, concerned, asks, sir. The MC calmly asks, how many are there? Cheon and Seoyeon glance around nervously before responding, 3. The MC corrects them without hesitation, no. It's 4. Shadowy figures emerge from the darkness, surrounding them. One of the assassins steps forward, smirking. Well. I guess ambushing won't work anymore. The MC looks at the assassins calmly, scanning the situation. Cheon steps forward, weapon at the ready, his stance firm. The assassins observe their movements carefully. One of the assassins, a long-haired figure, speaks, the 3 of you. I need you to come with us. The MC's thoughts flicker briefly. Why are unorthodox idiots acting so respectfully? Without looking away from the enemy, the MC instructs Cheon, I want you to guess how skilled he is. Cheon nods. Yes, sir. He studies the long-haired assassin, carefully analyzing his movements. After a moment, Cheon concludes, based on the movement of his energy and the scent of blood, he's no ordinary thug from the unorthodox faction. Cheon then confidently adds, I'm at least 3 levels higher than him. The MC grins confidently and asks, why are you standing around? Time to verify if your guess is correct. Cheon responds respectfully, yes sir, and steps forward to face the enemy. Cheon moves swiftly like the wind, effortlessly passing through the ordinary assassins. The stunned assassins, frozen in place, think, what is happening? I can't move my body. Unfazed by his subordinate's failure, the leader of the assassins looks directly at Cheon and asks, you want to stop me by yourself? The enemy leader smirks, taunting, you exude pretty impressive energy, but how about you stop acting tough and follow us quietly? The assassin leader moves suddenly, swinging his blade with incredible speed. Cheon, caught off guard by the leader's quick movements, narrowly dodges the attack. Cheon's eyes widen in shock as he watches the leader charge toward him again, realizing the true speed and power of his opponent. Cheon barely dodges the assassin leader's attack, but the enemy doesn't let up, quickly launching another flurry of strikes. The air crackles with energy as their blades clash. Cheon starts his counterattack. The leader is shocked and thinks, what the? He's way more skilled than I thought. I underestimated him because he was just a merchant's bodyguard. The leader gets serious. Meanwhile, the MC observes the battle from a distance. Seoyeon says, sir, we need to help him. The MC confidently states, no, it'll end in 1 strike. Seoyeon, surprised, responds, what? As the fight continues, Cheon makes a decisive move, landing a powerful strike on the assassin leader. Seoyeon observes, thinking, he's incredible. It only took a few clashes to defeat someone that skilled. But the MC replies in disappointment, only his arm? He's way too soft. Seoyeon glances at the MC, her thoughts swirling. Did Sir Taesan give him some kind of elixir? The MC orders, Seoyeon, get the rest without killing them. She replies, yes sir. Seoyeon swiftly moves into action, taking down assassins with precise strikes. The fallen bodies scatter across the battlefield. She pauses and asks, where's the last one? Suddenly, her expression shifts to alarm. She exclaims. Realizing the final assassin has bypassed her, Seoyin is shocked, thinking, no. When did he get past me? The scene reveals the assassin charging toward the MC with his weapon pointed at his neck. But the MC stands still, watching calmly. Then Cheon jumps in and takes down the last assassin. The MC looks at him in confusion and thinks, what is he doing? He saved me instead of chasing after the assassin. Cheon looks at the MC and asks, are you alright, sir? The MC contemplates, he's way too soft. If I were the heavenly demon, this would be an unforgivable mistake, but for some reason, I'm not really upset. Cheon apologizes for letting one of the assassins escape. The MC replies, forget it. Gather the rest. The scene begins with the MC standing over defeated enemies under the moonlight. He casually asks, what shall we do with them? The MC smirks and says, if no one answers, I'll just kill you all. Panic erupts among the captives as they beg for mercy, yelling, no. We'll talk. They explain they are from the Crimson Dragon sect and acting under the orders of the vice sect leader. The MC's eyes narrow. Interesting. Keep going. After a while, the MC orders, keep them alive as long as they talk. Seoyin observes silently, thinking, don't tell me he's actually planning to spend the night in the courtesan house. Is he insane? The scene shifts to the fallen flower house, where guards stand awkwardly outside. The loud noise from inside leaves them visibly uncomfortable. Seoyin hesitantly asks, Warrior Cheon, is this all right? Are you sure you don't need to go in? Cheon, blushing, replies, it's fine. We just need to wait until morning. Seoyin looks at him in confusion. What's with his reaction? Don't tell me. This is how it's always been like. The scene shifts to the captured assassins, tied and left in the courtesan house. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in the next one.